What is happening, Man United fans? Welcome back to Always United, the channel where we provide the latest Manchester United news for you guys. And today we've got another top news video. By now, you guys know how the drill is. We cover the most important Manchester United news of the day, whether it has to do with transfer rumors, the takeover of the club, anything that comes to your mind. We have got an interesting update regarding the takeover. And in this video, we'll be talking about a player who might leave Manchester United during the summer transfer window. There are some fascinating updates regarding transfers, so stick with me, guys, until the end of this video. Now, let's talk about how Erik ten Hag has spoken publicly about the lack of a number 9 at the team. He has recently talked about how injuries have affected the team and the results the team has achieved. You can definitely see the lack of reliable players up front when it comes to scoring goals for Manchester United. Recently, the news website Sun has touched on the issue, and they've also talked about how Manchester United is still chasing players such as Harry Kane or Victor Osimhen and even Neymar to fill the gap of a reliable number 9 up front for Manchester United to score goals. Now, speaking of Harry Kane, the next piece of news I want to talk about is there are some rumors that he might leave Tottenham at the end of 2024 for free. News websites are suggesting that Manchester United is the club that has the most chances of acquiring the player. Now, personally speaking, I hope it happens sooner rather than later. I personally think pairing Harry Kane up with Rashford can make Manchester United a potential candidate to even win the Premier League next season. Harry Kane has again expressed and addressed his frustration at Tottenham. Recently, he talked about how Spurs lost their way once Pochettino left the club, and things need to change drastically for Spurs so that they can get back on track. I mean, if I were Harry Kane and if I wanted to stick the landing when it comes to my career at Premier League, I would definitely consider joining Manchester United. Career-wise, it can be a huge decision for him, I get it, but if he wanted to achieve titles in Tottenham, it would have already happened by now, and I think he needs a brand new start and breath of fresh air potentially, and Manchester United can provide that for him. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Next up, let's talk about a player whom I know lots of Manchester United fans want to see leave the club at the end of the season. And that player is none other than Harry Maguire. Reportedly, Maguire is considering leaving the club due to the lack of playing time at United since he wants to preserve his spot at Euro 2024 for England. You know my stance when it comes to Harry Maguire, and I think we as Manchester United fans are all on the same page. He has shown time and time again that he cannot be trusted, and I think Ten Hag would rather set himself on fire rather than giving Maguire a chance to play. It's time we accepted that Maguire is a failed transfer for Manchester United, though Southgate for some reason really trusts the player and gives him multiple opportunities to play for England. If it were up to me, I would make sure that he's sold this coming transfer season. It should be a top priority for Manchester United officials to make sure that the player finds a new club. Now, it's interesting because the Daily Mail has dived into the topic recently, and they have said that Maguire is increasingly concerned that another season of limited club football might dissuade even Southgate ahead of next summer's European Championship. We'll have to wait and see what happens. And lastly, let's talk about the latest updates in regards to Manchester United takeover. The Qatari group led by Sheikh Jassim and Sir Jim Ratcliffe's Ineos have submitted their final offers to purchase Manchester United from the Glazers. The Qatari banker submitted his final offer before Friday's deadline, a source close to the 9-2 Foundation has told several websites. Times reported earlier in the day that this offer would be in the region of £5 billion. There have been estimations that the exact number is closer to £5.5 billion, although this has not been confirmed by the necessary parties. Sheikh Jassim, as you guys know, made his first bid to buy United in February, and his foundation has interestingly always stated that they're only interested in a full takeover, pledging that they would make the club debt-free. Basically, they'll become the new owners of Manchester United. However, Ratcliffe's Ineos group, the Qatari's main rival to buy United, also met United officials back in February. Ineos have stated that they're only interested in purchasing a maximum stake of 65%, while previous reports state that the petrochemicals firm could buy a smaller stake from the Glazers, enabling the American family to retain control of the Red Devils, which will potentially piss off a lot of Manchester United fans. The Independent reports that another option Ineos had considered was to offer a 20% stake to Avram and Joe Glazer, but would still give Ratcliffe complete control. While the valuation and ownership balance is currently unknown, it is being widely reported that Ineos also successfully submitted their final offer before Friday's deadline. So at the end of the day, it's it's a competition between the Qatari side and Sir Jim Ratcliffe's Ineos. According to a report in The Guardian on Thursday, Glazer Family are holding out for £6 billion to sell the club outright, and if their valuation is not met, they will sell a smaller stake to a US private equity firm. But United fan groups have criticized the prospect of the Glazers remaining and have organized a mass protest outside Old Trafford before the Premier League match against Aston Villa on Sunday. This includes not entering the stadium until the 18th minute, marking the number of years the family have owned the club. I think it's very important that if you guys are against this move from the Glazers, you should definitely participate in the protests so that your voice can be heard. After both groups met the 10 p.m. Friday deadline set by the Rain Group, Goal has reported that the decision now remains with the United sellers. It has also been reported elsewhere that the Glazer family could select their successor as early as next week. We'll definitely keep you guys updated on the latest reports when it comes to the takeover, so you guys don't need to sweat it. But that's it for me, and that's a wrap for this video when it comes to the latest Manchester United news. Definitely share your thoughts and takes on the news, what you make of them, and which piece of news you think is the most important one of the day. Always United is the best place to keep up with latest Manchester United news, so consider subscribing to the channel. Guys, we really appreciate your support. We are trying to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of May, and we're so close, and we need your support more than ever. Thank you so much for all the love and kindness that you guys have shown us during the last 2 months. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care of yourself.